Alright, y'all. This
Here was Pat.
Lipz podcast.
With Pat.
Yep. Y'all already know what it is. Another week, another dollar.
No, I wasn't another. Now I can't even speak, bro. She said another week, another dollar. No, you gotta rhyme with week. You gotta rhyme with week. Another week, new cheeks.
I don't know about that one. I don't.
Another week on fleek.
Hey, that might work. We got a little slogan, y'all.
I said.
How's everybody's week going? I hope everybody's week was good. I hope everybody's day job didn't give them too much hell. You know, I hope everybody's traffic wasn't too much. Like
My day job is my night job, and my day job is like the behind the scenes of my night job.
That's
that
a fact,
should be
though.
blowing my People are stressful.
no, OD. So we're going to talk about stressful. We're going to kind of hop into our first topic. But before we do that, we're going to introduce our special guest for the night.
Ding, 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 ding.
B.Elise. Am I saying it correctly?
B.Elise, definitely. What's going on? Am I supposed to hear myself?
Not really. We don't normally hear ourselves.
Oh.
We just kind of rock out with our
What's
cock out.
good, y'all? What's good with you? Booming, down on booming, yeah.
Hey. So guys, she's gonna join us in some of our conversations.
Definitely.
Before we start our interview, y'all know how we do. So, our first quick topic, we're gonna talk about this profoundly epidemic outburst that's been happening. I haven't caught too much heat, but I've been seeing some shit. So, all right, first thing, what are y'all thoughts on this little new game? I mean, like any other game, I mean, it's what it is, but I feel like it's been a lot of internet gangsters on this one.
I think
though.
it's fun.
I don't know. I thought it was
It's not even new. That's the thing. Like, this is just a remix of the numbers game.
It sure is.
It's just more anonymous.
It
for
sure
now.
is. For now.
Yeah,
But
but it's really the same type of thing or
Concept,
whatever.
yeah.
Where the same type of concept where somebody's asking you some question. Like a lot of it wasn't even questions though, and that was my thing. But
Yeah.
I feel like it was. It gave people the time to be froggy, to be spicy, to like dear diarrhea, bitch. Like you feel me? Like dear diarrhea.
Okay, so let's get into some of the spiciest questions or statements, comments that you guys have gotten on the profiling.
Well, I say the top 5 because I had a lot of spice.
Mm-hmm.
One, somebody asked me if somebody ever spit in my butt.
Yeah, that was wicked.
I mean, did anyone?
And at first I was like, wow, not yet, wow. That's literally what I wrote.
Nah, yeah, wow.
But then I really thought about it, and technically,
If you want to
it's been spit in my butt. I'm not going to say how it got there.
Kind of
but
trickles down there.
It wasn't like a.
I mean, we're not going to get into specifics. I'm just saying, though. Another one was somebody asked me, can they suck my pussy like oxtail?
Wow.
And I wanted to
pretty
say...
Because oxtails.
I wanted to say, all right,
oxtails.
game, right? But I don't eat oxtail, so I don't really know what that even means.
That's pretty powerful.
Chill, yeah. You gotta get crazy.
Like,
on
is it with the
oxtails.
meat on it, without the meat on it?
Sometimes.
Soaked in the gravy?
Like, do you just
Yeah.
put the whole oxtail in your mouth and it come out clean on it?
Sometimes you eat the oxtail, there's still a little meat in between the little bones. You got
Yeah, then you gotta
shuck
get
it
in.
out,
Yeah,
right.
OD.
Oh,
Y'all just made me hungry,
Okay,
really.
all right. So you put your
Needless
little...
to say, it's really juicy.
Wow, thank you. I
Juicy.
appreciate that. As long as y'all know, hashtag juice box for me. But
Your new name's Oxtail Mommy.
I don't think we should do that.
I don't want to be oxtail on my hand. Damn, what was another one that I got? Somebody said, what was a big one? Somebody said, oh, I've wanted, your lips are mad juicy. I wanted to run up and kiss you at a party and blame it on being drunk.
Oh,
but I don't even pop out like that.
It's still going.
It's rapey.
It's still going. First off,
yeah.
How long could they write paragraphs? Well,
So
they wrote
it was like 3 levels to what they said. Like it was 3
It's a
rows.
little rapey.
And they put mad wise juicy. You feel me? Like, and I was just like,
parts.
this is real SVU. Like
Yeah.
honestly, because
Rapey
first of all,
vibes.
yeah.
Real, very much so.
How you telling me that you like? I feel like it needs to be an exchange, though, right? The kiss, like it needs to be 2 people involved. You know what I'm saying? Like to kiss, right? And then you talking about running off.
Isn't like the 30-70 rules, something like that too? Like you come a little
like,
bit, I come a little
A
bit.
kiss supposed to be on some, like you supposed to like dance a little
hitch
bit,
now.
like, and then run off, and then you say you wanted to blame it on being drunk, like.
Yeah.
Right.
So who's drunk? Are you drunk? I'm drunk. We both drunk. Like, what's the tea, bro? Like, what's happening?
what's really going on?
It was so much though. Oh, and somebody else said, you not
that was
good
the
of a
hate
host.
one. Yeah.
Yeah, like
that was the
you a
hate
whack host, or
one.
you not that good of a host. I don't know why Scott keep booking you, tell him to DM me, hit me up, and I was just like,
Whoa.
you didn't even believe this shit when you wrote it. Like that's like the most boring shit you can ever say. At least be realistic. Like say some real shit that we could be like, all right, maybe.
That was the ultimate
Nobody
trolling.
believed you, bro.
Yeah.
Like that wasn't even trolling. Like you imagine this shit. Like you tried it. Like that was a dream you had. You gotta wake up and apologize. Nigga, fuck is you talking about? Fuck out of here. Fuck out of here.
Nah, I got a lot of females, I think, hitting on me. One girl was on some like, oh, can I sit this pretty pussy on your pretty lips? I was like, oh, okay, it's that time of time. All right.
Somebody dad asked me to be their
This where
girlfriend.
we at now. Okay.
Somebody asked me to be their girlfriend.
Turned up
went all the
real
way
quick. I
in.
was mad. Like, where did this, first off, where did this come from? Like,
How long did you
So
feel
what
like
was your
this?
response?
yeah, I was like,
How long was you feeling
I don't
like
feel
this?
like sharing. Last I checked, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. I'm in a situation like, yeah, you want to get a little bit, you want to get a little bit. Like, what we doing? So I was like, you feel like sharing or whatever?
You can get half a lip, right?
Yeah.
You can't get the whole smooch. You can probably get the
Get the bottom lip. Nah, they got real spicy. I got dang, some dude was like, licking from the back, mad crazy stuff and that. But ultimately, I just seen like, all right, this is where y'all getting real bold at, like all your innermost desires. Like now, you know, behind the screen, I seen people was talking crazy, and I'm just like, shit. But I got a lot of good questions too. Like one guy, somebody was asking, like, you know, what's the best advice you ever got from a guy? You know, what is your plans with B.Elise podcast? So like, it was some good in there. It wasn't all crazy, so I was able to like answer most of them. But some of them are just definitely chilling in DMs because like, y'all not gonna get me in trouble.
Some of them was really
not today.
Somebody asked me, what you gonna do in a zombie apocalypse? I said, nigga, I started it. I started the motherfucking zombie apocalypse. What? I ain't gonna do shit but bite y'all niggas. What the fuck is you talking about? Yo, nigga.
Who asked that? That's real weird, bro. That's real weird.
And then somebody said some shit like, where's like your dream, where's your dream hosting, or like where do you dream of hosting? And I'm like, I'm pretty much doing everything I want to do though. Like besides that, it'll be like an award show, but I feel like I'm pretty on the right track. And then they asked about the podcast too, what made me want to do a podcast, and I was just like, niggas been through a lot of shit, nothing. Like I feel like I owe it to the world to put y'all on. Like, listen, watch out for Travis on on
right
on Central Ave, he be wildin', you know what I'm saying? You gotta spread the word.
Nah.
So what's the craziest? What's some of the craziest ones you got?
I ain't getting nothing. I ain't getting nothing too crazy. Like,
She nervous. She ain't trying to.
Not like us.
yeah,
She trying to play it safe.
Nah. I know. It's only one of them that I ain't post because it was crazy.
What?
It was like something I don't want to be involved in. Like, I pretend I ain't see it. Okay, this didn't come through. It wasn't sent to me. Delete.
I'm dead.
Yeah. So, but it wasn't crazy. Like, a couple people, like, you know, I mean, one person hit me up, was like, if I ever got duped in the butt with a strap on or something like that, or would I ever let that happen? Hell no.
Duke to me sound like I'm finna let a little brown come out. Like y'all try. I feel like some people be trying to see brown. Some people be trying to see brown. So I feel like some of y'all niggas
Charlie
really
Brown
No.
Trying to see brown.
What?
That's
alternative
over
lifestyle.
That's over there. That's that. No.
OD. So we seen a couple confessions happen. I don't know if you guys seen the viral post. So in this young lady's profoundly, she got a post that said, "You got black furniture in burgundy," she ain't even sorry, "but carpet. Yo nigga fuck me on your king size bed. Your bathroom got blue rugs and peach and blue pictures on the wall. You got a big vintage bathtub, good for bubble baths. He washed my back in it right before I swallowed his back." Right before I swallowed his kids and he drank mine. Thanks for working so much, bitch. Pick your head up and don't cry.
I got one question, just one. Why did she post that?
Yes, like, well, all right. So the girl, because I did my homework real quick. So I went to her, the girl who posted its page, the one who received the question.
Yeah.
And she was saying like she broke up with dude like a month ago before this even came out. So it's not even like a bother to her. He's in jail right now. Right. All kinds of tea.
This nigga just really ain't
and
shit.
The girl apparently. So the guy, while he was in jail, apparently confessed to who the girl was, and some 19-year-old that he was messing with, or whatever case is, you know, smashing inside. Which I guess that's why his ass is still in jail, because whatever case they had, she's like, bitch, I'm not bailing you out. I'm not bailing you out, because I think she said something about him. I guess he strangled her or something. So she was just like, well, I'm not going to testify if I can. He's been in jail for the last month.
He strangled the 19-year-old?
No, well, the girl that posted it. I don't know how old she is, but you know. I was like, so I guess that's why she posted it, to just show, I guess, how much of a fuckboy
I know
exactly.
exactly.
So she already had moved on.
No,
I personally wouldn't post that, because that was
she posted it because she thought she had one up on Shorty.
Yeah,
she thought she had an up on Shorty. Like, I'm about to tell her I fucked her nigga. I'm about to be mad specific. Watch.
Oh, you talking about the girl that actually comments? Yeah, I'm not. Oh, I was talking about the one that posted.
But if you get it, you still gotta post it for people to be able to see it, though.
Oh, facts. Yeah.
But the one that actually wrote that, she's a bum. Like. That's some
if you was really
corny.
Right. My thing is, if you was gonna be that gangster, don't be anonymous with it.
Yeah,
like,
that's like, really my
if
thing.
If you trying to get
like,
that gangster,
if that's where we at with it, that you done been in my tub already.
Right.
Like we know each other, bitch. Like
let
me introduce myself, then, goddamn.
Like, yeah, that was me. What's up?
Yeah,
you trying to get real specific, but you being anonymous, like
that's
why.
Like, let me introduce myself.
People got problems out here.
I feel like what was more like annoying and just corny was the people who was confessing their love over profoundly. Like, first of all,
hit me up. Like, I'm still trying to figure out who the hell they were. I said, well, hit my DM. I mean, my messages or something.
Right.
Like,
because tag yourself on both ends. It's like, on one hand, like, the person receiving it, it's like, what if you really are looking for love, though? Like, and you really, you know, trying to date and trying to be out here and treat somebody kid right. And then you got somebody on the other end, it's like, you fake didn't really say nothing either. Like, that's that, like I said, that's that Dear Diary shit where it's like you just saying it, but it's not, you not really putting that out there in the world. Now you got this person look with somebody else, and then you there. That's kind of like that friend zone shit.
Yeah, you put yourself in the friend zone.
Yeah, now they gonna dub you like, no, somebody's really in love with me. I'm waiting for them to come. Like, get on my face. You're taking up my space. I'm trying to be here for my love. Okay.
I'm trying to be in love and shit. Y'all ruining my love.
Like, no,
because it was a lot of that.
I'm still waiting for my black girl magic. Somebody told me they could have been mine. I'm like, well, hit me up. Black girl magic. I'm like, that sound good. Where you at?
And there was a couple people, because I know one of my mans was like, yeah, one person came forward with the nasty shit, and there was some bitch, like, I'm not saying everybody's ugly. I don't really believe in that word no more. I grew up, You know what
tell
I'm
the
saying?
truth. Say how you
It's
feel.
just certain people just don't be attractive to certain people.
They
And
facial
she-
arrangements is off.
You know what I'm saying?
It just don't.
She just didn't have a face
Shit don't
that's
match.
for everybody.
Shit don't match each
You know
other.
what I'm saying? Her face just wasn't for everybody.
It's alright. It be like that.
And he was just like,
No, thank you.
yeah.
No, thank you.
So now, I don't know, son. Y'all look crazy out here. Y'all really do.
So,
Crazy.
on latest news, moving on, Drake was accused of being a culture vulture.
What happened now?
Something to the effect of actually pointing out the fact that he's using all these different accents.
But we,
Which you then kind of say.
Yeah, he been. Yeah.
So my question is, before we really
I
dig
need
into Drake, what is a culture vulture?
all right. So the way I look at it is, being a culture vulture to me just depends on the day with these people, honestly, because all cultures. To me, especially we live in America, that's the whole point of America, no?
Yeah.
Everybody to come
It's
in
a
with their
melting
culture,
pot.
kind of
Yeah.
like
Right.
be themselves, be free to do whatever. But then you also have the people who like what you got going on and may want to be like, all right, let me try this food.
Yeah.
Let me try this, that. Because if we're going to talk about culture vulture, and then why we need to cook our own shit,
No.
wear our own shit,
See,
do our own shit.
Well, I think a culture vulture is somebody who uses somebody else's
Profits.
culture
And
for
profits.
their own personal
Yes.
gain, like how Miley Cyrus
Yes.
did.
Yeah,
feel me?
but here's what I'm saying, though. You have Chinese spots that sell tacos, bro.
Okay.
Do you
okay.
shop there? I don't personally.
I don't eat
refuse.
Chinese food.
I'm not gonna go
But
no
I know
Mexican
motherfuckers
Chinese
who
place.
really, I know niggas who
Because
really
that's
love
weird
that
to
shit.
me. I don't know. I can't
But
speak
that's
for them.
what
I
I'm
can only speak for
saying.
myself. I would never. I go in, I see.
I've gone.
I walked into restaurants and turned the fuck
What's
around.
happening there?
I want Mexicans making my
They look
tacos.
Filipino to me. And I was
But then
like,
there's
Exactly.
certain
Like,
shit
I've
that Taco Bell is
Yeah.
not
Okay.
Mexican food
That's
for
fine.
real.
But that's been Americanized.
But that's what I'm talking
It's
about.
been Americanized.
Exactly
I think-
what I'm talking about.
But I
though.
think-
But say your point.
I think the term culture vulture came from like as far as pop culture goes.
Right.
You feel me? Not necessarily like
Business.
literal culture.
Yeah.
You feel me? Because we could get deep and we could talk about that all
That's
day.
what I'm
Yeah, yeah,
saying.
yeah.
I think a
saying?
culture
from the time
vulture is
Columbus got his ass over here.
Right, 'cause how Miley
That's
Cyrus
that's
did.
a culture vulture.
Right.
I think Drake does. He is kind of like a pirate, a little
Yeah,
bit. He does culture
yeah.
vulture. Like he'll take from somebody's style from this area, and then he'll use it.
And then once it's not hot
now
no more-
granted, sometimes he'll put the artist on, but sometimes he don't.
Yeah,
Like he didn't
yeah.
do that with Triple X.
Yeah.
That's why he was so mad at him.
And he
Like,
didn't
why
do
you
that
make-
with what's her name? The one that be always like, you know,
shit,
what I'm
Frida,
talking about?
Frida.
Frida, Big Frida. He
Yeah.
didn't do that.
Right.
She
You know what
been
I'm saying?
famous though.
And
She was
it's like-
always famous before Drake came out. Niggas knew who Big Frida was before Drake came out.
Yeah,
but
let's
what
not-
I'm saying
he
is that
didn't
he took her sample, but didn't
give her
really,
any type of credit.
Everybody does that.
But then he, yo,
But that's still
what I'm
Everybody
saying.
does that.
That's what
But
I'm
guess
saying.
what?
Everybody
But guess
does that.
what?
Why
That's
she
what
bad?
I'm
But guess
saying.
what? These rock and roll stars will sue the crap out of you if you do
Yep.
that shit.
But also real quick,
That's culture
But they
vulture.
the
Not me-
biggest
not
ones.
me- not me- not-
They the
no.
biggest ones.
Well, you need
though.
to sue them. That's if somebody take your shit,
Yeah.
you have every right to
Big
sue
Frida
them.
was
but real
definitely
quick,
bad
not to
about
cut you
Frida.
off.
Your stuff.
A lot of Big Frida songs are sample based songs. Like
I
all
don't
the
know. I don't listen to Big
New
Frida.
Orleans bounce songs is just songs flipped, and it's like Baltimore Club. You take fucking Pop that for example, you flip it to a Baltimore beat. Any region has their own like Get Like music. Every region has their own sound. They take a song and they flip it. So why is she mad that somebody use her voice when she using other niggas' songs for her shit?
How did she flip it though? Because there's stipulations on how you can flip it. Because you can flip it so much where it's, yeah, we know we're sampling this person's record, but it's so far from the actual record that they can't legitimize it has you stealing from
But
them.
certain New Orleans bounce
But,
records,
like,
you can
not for nothing.
recognize the song that they flip. It's just they just added more drums to it to give it that New Orleans bounce.
That's a
I'm talking
fact.
about
all
it.
that-
I'm talking about it on a legal point.
There's like, cause I know I studied this when I did production and shit like that. And where there's like people, even if you still like what you call it, like a string or whatever the case may be, they can sue you for that. Like even if it's just like a 4 count or some shit, you know what I'm
Right,
saying?
yeah.
If that's my shit and it's looped or whatever the case
Yeah.
may be, I came up with that original thing,
Yeah.
then that's that.
Right.
because I don't know what fucking documentary.
That's why a lot of
it was.
producers, they reproduce it. You feel me? They might take the sound, but like I like that sound, but I'm gonna create that sound on my own. Because if you take that sound,
interpolation,
right?
That's what they call it.
That's what I'm. Yeah, because there's like a whole documentary on like sampling and shit like that, and this shit get real technical.
Yeah,
real technical.
But I think ultimately what it is just that, like, you know, he sampled from this person, he took styles from this person, but never really, I guess, gave the credit where the credit was due. Same way when we look at a Miley Cyrus or Ariana Grande and things like that.
That's what I'm saying.
Like everybody, even if you look at Jay-Z took style from other people as well.
And everybody called him out, and some people tried to sue him.
Exactly. So it's not.
Some people tried to sue him about it like 10 years
even other
later.
DJs take style from other DJs.
Okay, but I think the difference is with the whole Miley Cyrus thing. Remember, Miley Cyrus was some hip hop shit for a minute, and then she was like, "I don't fuck with that."
Yep,
right.
exactly.
That's why if she was just rocking like that, I wouldn't have minded. But if you doing it and you making money off these records, and be like, you know what, I don't fuck with that.
Yeah.
That's when I call you a coach vulture.
Yeah.
I don't consider Drake coach vulture because I think Drake legitimately fucks with the type of shit that he be putting out. You feel me?
The only thing with me is if you passing it off like you was the creator of this whole shit.
Right.
That to me is when you become a culture vulture, because you really trying to make people like you have this whole group of people.
That's more cultural appropriation though.
Yeah.
Than being a culture vulture.
Yeah. But in Drake's sense, I feel like.
But are they not kind of like the same thing at this point?
They're not the same thing, but they kind of loop. But with Drake, I feel like if he was to really sit here and be like, nah, this is my style, this is my cadence, this is my shit, this is my that, and nobody can tell me nothing about it. It's what it is that there are people
pretty much stamping it and renaming it.
Yeah, there's a group of people, especially like young people who don't know the old shit or don't know this or that. The only thing they know is you. So if you pushing it like it's your shit, then that's when I have a problem.
Yeah.
And you're not paying homage to whatever. But I think that's the only thing. But
so as far as because you know they were more so talking about his accents, as far as his accents and stuff like that.
His Canadian accent.
But yeah, that's where he's from.
That's where he's from.
Not his Canadian accent. No, he does all the other accents like bombaclot. He be doing a lot of
there's a lot of
that's a lot of
Caribbean
West
culture is heavy.
Yeah, but you got it's still two different cultures. Like he's
that's
not
what
Caribbean.
he's how many people that's not Caribbean that has a West Indian accent, that fake a West Indian accent?
It's facts.
How many DJs that we know that's not West Indian face or West Indian accent?
I mean, I get that, but same way we go to the parade and we're like, so y'all just you Jamaican today, huh? Like it's still kind of
because if you grew up around it, like, can you really blame that person?
Right.
Well, we don't know. I feel like I don't know for a fact if he's grown up with
Toronto. That's what the culture is in Toronto.
Because you gotta look at Tory Lanez. You gotta look at a lot of other people that came out that time.
They all do
like
that
even
shit.
in a Migos song, they said something like I got this accent or whatever the case may be, like I'm from Toronto. Like so they really be doing that shit out there. Granted,
Toronto,
I went to Toronto,
UK,
I ain't hear that shit, but
you know what I'm saying?
but even in the UK, what it is, it's a lot of people who came from the Caribbean the same way we're the first descendants of however many people from these islands. That's the same thing kind of in the UK.
It's
a lot
generations
of people
over there because again they was colonized by Britain.
Right. It's a lot of people that came straight from the Caribbean.
Though you guys don't feel like people feel like maybe someone from Jamaica is feeling like, damn, I'm not even getting the credit for what I'm doing here. But this person that's not even from where I'm from, you know, they barely got the accent down pat.
I think
you just in your bag and you gotta suck it up and move on.
But that's kind of the same as what white people do to us. They'll take, like what Kim Kardashian did, took fucking what she called the goddamn
boxer braids.
Boxer braids. She took the silk press and called it glass hair. Like she just renamed it and pushed it out.
I've heard several
But
regular
that's
artists
what I was
complain
talking about before, where it's like you trying to make it seem like you invented this shit. I don't like that shit. But I think if you take from something that's popping right now, all right. But if there's no money coming back to that actual area where that culture originated from, because I've heard some regular artists complain about that.
That's
what
I'm saying.
And
there was two sides to the argument, and it was like, well, he made it more of a global thing.
Yeah, brought awareness to it.
But some of the
so he never did a collab with none of those people.
Popcorn was on his fucking.
That's what I'm saying.
No,
because he collabs with them. Not only he collabs with them, but when he shoots his videos, he goes to the region too half the time.
Right.
So it's like I do feel like he's he's bringing awareness to those different
He
styles.
pays his homage
There's a lot
the
of
way he
music
knows
that we
how.
wouldn't even fucking know about if it was for Drake. I'm not saying us personally or whatever, but there's a lot of
people
people.
from the
No, seriously, on some G shit.
Yeah, no, I agree.
So I can't personally say that he's a culture vulture.
I think he does some pirate shit. I think not all the time, but I don't. He does some pirate shit.
I'm with you with that. Like I feel like he does give credit. You know, whatever the case is, he definitely shows homage to the Caribbean culture. I would say that, but I do think he does do a little bit of his piracy.
He do
every now and then.
We can't overlook that. He do.
I know who blew minds. Justin Bieber.
He's not consistent. I mean, he doesn't do that across the board. But he has his moments where you be like.
All right, Drake, sit your ass down now. I know, like, Justin Bieber for me personally got me mad because he did a whole Caribbean themed music video with nothing but white girls. I don't know if y'all remember that, doing like the little.
I have a problem with
dance, and I'm like,
I have a problem with white people coming in this music industry on the hip hop tip, and when they feel like they changed their life and they grown up, they stop.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? It's like I was insecure. I mean, I was.
It was a phase.
It was a phase. Yeah. Why is the black thing a phase?
Yeah.
And why did you act?
That gave them popularity.
Why did you act badly trying to portray the black?
Yeah,
thing?
that's you being
And then
bad.
when you grew up. I'm grown up now. That was just me.
Right, like you could change the behavior.
That's like saying that black culture is kiddish. I hate that.
It's an insult. I
hate that. Even when hip hop first came out, everybody thought it was a phase. They didn't think it would last this long. So
and mind you, hip hop is literally the biggest culture of music ever.
I'm saying as far as his action.
No, I get what you're saying, but I'm saying like to counter a lot of people since hip hop first came up, they've used hip hop as a wave. They didn't think this wave would go this far.
But
so
we were the one using it as a wave. When
we
hip hop
started
first came out, we were doing nothing but hip hop. And when they were saying that, they were saying that to us.
Yeah, but that's not the case anymore, though.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, hip hop is literally leading the world right now.
You know
not for nothing. But then, so like, all right, so now when you have a Lil Nas though that's trying to get top of the charts for his country song, they shut doors on us.
Down.
They eventually put him back on, but that was whack.
Yeah, but that's because they had to get Billy Ray on there.
That was whack.
Yeah, because he said I feel like kind of like what you were saying with white people invading hip hop. Do you feel like we should start being more strict on who we let in on our shit?
I mean, do the hip hop thing, but stay genuine. Don't. You understand what I'm saying? The way Justin Bieber just grew up. And it's like
Cyrus did the same thing.
You know, that was me.
That's the only reason why I fuck with Iggy, because she's consistent, bro.
Yes, you understand.
Like if you fuck with it, fuck with it.
Day one,
you know what I mean?
She proud as hell to be.
Nah, she is.
I don't like that. That shit be
like
making
if you
me
fuck
mad.
with the culture,
you know,
like if you fuck with the culture, fuck with the culture. Don't fuck with the culture because you like
think it's cool,
right?
And then you act poorly.
Yeah, and my thing is, even if Justin Bieber like cleaned his act up and continue to fuck with the culture, that's a completely different thing.
I'll be like, yo, Justin, that's my guy. But now,
because even when he was out here wilding, the hip hop community was like, yo, like, that nigga's wild.
Like separate him from us because he's giving Vanessa bad name.
He was running around with like Lil Twist and shit. Like we don't fuck with Lil Twist. Like
right? Serious.
You know what I'm saying?
Seriously though. I mean, so like, what do you think of like an Ariana Grande where they said she's a culture vulture?
Man, listen, they showed me an old shorty. I said,
I'll tell y'all where it comes from.
You said, who's that?
Yeah, exactly.
She don't look nothing like that. This she's pale as fuck in real life.
She's pale in real life. So she's browned her skin.
Yeah? Yes, she's brown skin now, bro.
Let me see the picture.
Nah, she really.
You really gotta see her before.
This is a transformer.
She's not.
She ain't out here.
Pictures.
No, like she really looked like Mary Kate, bro. Like she looked like one of the Olsen
a white
twins
girl.
Before, now she looked like a Puerto Rican from the Bronx watching the heist, bro.
So when they say culture vulture, these are some of the things they're talking about. It's kind of like, you know, we gotta keep an eye open because people like her or not for nothing gravitate into
the only thing is I feel like
image look like us.
I feel like image wise, like she may be more so on the appropriation side in terms of her image or whatever. And I don't know if it's necessarily like black, but it might just be like the bracket of people of color.
Yeah,
just because she felt like that.
She's Spanish?
Hispanic?
I heard she was Italian.
Bitch, that's not Hispanic.
I don't know. That's about it.
quite
that's Spanish
European.
slang. That's something like that.
The Aryan nation don't fuck with Italians neither. But that don't make them a person of color.
Italian.
They stay
That's what
white.
they call them. They call them
Italians.
Italians. The Aryan nation don't fuck with them Italians no longer. But that don't make them no person of color. Okay,
That's a fact. That's what I'm talking
some of them, hey, let's not get crazy out here. They still roll up and call us a Moulin Young, all right? Don't get it
But I heard
twisted.
Italians is spaghetti niggas though. Spaghetti niggas.
Spaghetti.
If you go way back, they was black.
They probably were.
No, they were.
They were
There's
slang.
a
They
lot
were.
of them.
They were.
that
They
was-
were.
Spaghetti
they don't
niggas,
fuck with
but
us.
they don't fuck with us. They don't know it, so it's like
Yeah, it's a lot
love,
of them.
hate.
That's what I'm saying.
It's a love, hate.
But it's that too. It's like I feel like not for nothing, like it's just to take it back or whatever. When people wasn't fucking with nobody else, that's when they had to just take everything out on us. Like it's like, all right, well they treating us like this, so we're gonna treat you like that. Like,
Yeah.
bro, no, like it don't need
That's
to
a
last
fact.
them all week.
Right.
Because at that point, like if we were all band together, especially niggas in Brooklyn or whatever,
Yeah.
like it would have been some shit. Like,
Especially nigga. I'm
Especially
fucking
niggas.
I'm just saying, there's a lot of Italians in Brooklyn.
That's a fact.
Yo,
No,
she need to
we
stop
talk
with this
like that. Not for
Italian.
Yeah, they was over there calling everybody Spicks and Moulin Youngs and fucking this and that and da da da. Like, nah, nigga, if you would have just rolled with us,
Italian.
fucking Italians, we could have been
Just-
songs.
just-
Not for nothing. We're
Spaghetti
mad
niggas.
similar, and that's the
Fact,
crazy
don't
part.
nobody
That's
embrace
what I'm
motherfuckers
saying.
like black
We're super
people.
similar.
Yo, facts.
That's a fact.
Because I think Jules is also Italian. I think. I think
She's like Colombian and something else.
because they were trying to say like, well, you was a nigga too.
Yeah, but here's the thing too though. It's like there are some people who are white passing,
right.
but that's when they use that shit to their advantage.
Exactly.
Don't be white passing and then y'all just hey hi George and hello Bill and then
Yeah.
come over here and be like.
My nigga.
She went,
Yeah, nigga, what's good, nigga? Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah, now you got some rice in your throat.
fuck out of here. You was just, hey, Bob. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Using that shit
Around the
to your
water cooler and
advantage.
shit.
Right,
The fuck?
right,
That's the shit I have a problem with. So
Right.
even if Ariana was some type of Spanish or was some type of whatever, you don't identify as that shit. Like I was talking about Veronica Vega. She was like, I would never identify myself as a white woman. She identifies herself as a black woman, but she's somebody who you could say is white passing. Like if you see, she has the pointy nose, pale skin, and
So I was actually gonna say
The
this
girl
topic
from
for
Love and Hip Hop.
Yes,
Yeah.
Love and Hip Hop Miami.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I was gonna actually say the topic for next summer since it's up. Do you feel like mixed people and people that are white passing are our true allies?
Bro, first of all, the fact that they consider themselves
Yeah.
something
Into that.
else, they consider themselves a whole separate thing from anything else. Like there's them, it's them, then us, and the niggas in between. That's how they do it.
Nikki is dying.
But think about it
Oh
though.
my
That
God,
was
put the camera on, Nikki.
that's learned behavior though.
Yes.
Right.
So, like-
So to say that they're really our allies when they have their own type of,
I think they're our allies, but they just don't know it.
it's not all of them. You can't say you an ally and don't know it. That's not it, boo boo. No.
By
Here's the
blood.
thing. If
By-
unless you
They have
acknowledge
their own type
you
of
have to-
privilege.
Yeah, if you
though.
acknowledge
They have
it.
their own
Yes,
type of
you
privilege.
gotta acknowledge your light skin privilege in order to be an ally. Like you have to be able to be the person that's gonna be in between somebody that's talking shit about somebody that's darker skinned, and you have to be the person to stand between that and be like, you know what, that's whack. Like, don't uplift me by downplaying them.
Right.
They don't do that too much. We don't get that too much. Like, so that's why the question is like, are they really truly our allies? Because I think in any form, when you can benefit from something, you take it and you run with it. And most people don't even acknowledge that shit. So it's like they'll take the treatment of feeling like, oh, you got the curly hair, you got the 4A hair, you don't got that 4C scrunchy. You know what I'm saying? So like, oh, you pretty and you light skin, and like they take that and they're like, oh, okay, maybe I am better than shorty with the 4C hair.
Listen, I
shorty
said
that's
this.
darker
I think it
I
gets
said
back
this.
to self-knowledge. Once you have
It
self-knowledge,
does,
you know,
absolutely.
I don't care about that mixed shit. Nigga,
Absolutely.
You black.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Whether you know it or not, you black. if somebody, at the end of the day, you can say whatever you gotta say, but if I know if a cracker come here, I'm not gonna exclude you if they come in and shoot all of us.
Yeah, right.
Because that makes me just as bad as you, as them.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. Like,
and then my whole thing is too, I said this in a previous episode, all of them have a gang of light skins that they just be light skinned with. I swear to God.
What?
I don't care.
Like what?
Y'all, when they get around, and then when they get around a shade, like what's the paper bag test?
Oh
whatever,
my God.
when they get to the other side of the spectrum, they might be quiet or they might be turned up with us or whatever the case may be. But there's a gang of light skins waiting for them to come home so that they can be light skinned together.
So as far as privilege goes, no matter what the privilege is, white privilege, light skin privilege, whatever the fuck your privilege is, I personally don't think there's anything wrong with taking advantage of your privilege as long as it doesn't come to the detriment of other people.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? So even if so, like, let's say you like you're white passing, you know what I'm saying? If that can get you through some doors, of course, take advantage of that. But
come back home.
Or at least hold the motherfucking door open.
Yeah.
You know
because we could use that at the end of the day. That's not like,
absolutely.
Let's be truthful. We could use it.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So like,
you go.
I've no problem against like taking advantage of privilege. Like I'm saying, because if a motherfucker hook you up with a job, you're gonna take that motherfucking job.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
But don't shit on the next person.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There's a lot of different privileges,
mostly in the realm
though,
of like relationships. That's what I usually think of. Like when you meet a guy, someone that's usually like lighter skinned, they meet unfortunately black men have a bad habit of doing this ignorant ass shit. But like, you know, you meet someone that's a guy or whatever, and they're just like, oh, cool, because I don't date dark skinned girls. I feel like that's your fucking cue to check that nigga and not even entertain him.
Right.
When you entertain him though, and I see this a lot with a lot of Hispanic women,
I don't want to talk to people like that.
A lot of Hispanic women are always kind of with the shits. They're just like, yeah, you know, well, that's why they don't like black girls. It was some post I saw, and I guess mind you, and this girl, she's black passing. Fuck that. Like, she's Hispanic, but she's black passing. Like, she looks black.
She from Dominican.
Yeah, OD. She don't even
gotta be from Dominican Republic.
Because I know you get the ones that be like, I ain't black.
Yeah, but they look black than motherfuckers. So like, she said something like, oh, this dude, you know, he was talking to me and he was saying like, us Spanish girls, we could look fly in $1 shoes, but these black girls always gotta be extra fly because they not that cute. And she took it and she ran with it and she was boasting about it. And it's like, first of all, you look black. Let's start there. You know what I'm saying?
You black.
Secondly, like, you're black. Period. You are black.
You be darker than everybody.
So it's just like, why does this you know, give you gas? Like, I don't get what it is that gives them gas.
That's the thing that was instilled in us from slavery. Just that's why you could look at a black person and be like, I'm not black. You be like, bro.
Yeah.
the training is real.
Based on
you dig what I'm
the
saying?
black woman, or especially that we're not attractive.
Right.
And so it's like I have to separate myself, because that's why every girl was running around like, well, I'm mixed. Oh, I'm quarter Native American. What?
Like that, you know what I noticed?
I never heard of this pastor shit. It's either you black or you not. That's how I feel.
Yeah.
I feel like it's either you black or you not. Like, I didn't learn until I got older that there was a light skin, dark skin, Spanish, this, that, that. I grew up with Asians, Indians, Spanish people, this, that, and next, whatever, right there in East New York, and everybody was everybody.
Yeah.
It was no, hey, you blackie, hey, you da-da-da. I didn't learn that shit until I think maybe even after high school that became like a real big serious thing. Like, because in high school I said, oh, Trey Songz, something. They was like, oh, Trey Songz is light skinned. I said, how's Trey Songz light skinned? Like, what's a light skinned person? Like, I was really confused.
You black, you're right.
Yeah.
When I said, what makes him light skinned?
I was like that in elementary. Like, you be like, we all black. Like, I didn't do that. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, I didn't even know about. I didn't even know like you was Chinese or you was this. I didn't learn that shit till I grew up.
You know what? And I saw that in my niece when she was growing up. Cause I remember I asked her an ignorant question. It was ignorant on my part, because I'm like, oh, your friend, you know, what are they, black or white? And she looked at me like, This was when she was like 3 or 4.
Yeah.
They don't know that shit.
Yeah.
Yo,
You understand what I'm saying?
I did not learn that shit.
And I feel
that's
so bad
true.
for even asking her that.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Now she gonna ponder what the hell I was
personally,
talking
I learned at a young age, and it was partially because I grew up in a household where I was like the lightest one in my family, so it was pretty obvious, I guess. And I used to get I feel like I used to get kind of the, oh, you think you cute, and then I'm just like, I'm just chilling. Like, I'm not doing anything. You know
I'm
what
not
I'm
even
saying?
doing anything.
But then I did used to see the way people would talk to them, like, and treat them because they were darker. And so I noticed it from early on, and I used to make it my business to kind of be like, don't, why are you treating what? Because you think I'm lighter, like you want to talk to me, like. And I used to always point it out, like, oh, do you date dark skinned girls?
Good
though?
for you.
If you don't, then I'm not dating you. That's
Good
what I
for you.
mean. And like, and I'm not even that light, but like, I use that, I guess, brown skin privilege. And I used to always point out, like, if you don't date darker skinned women, then don't even talk to me, because that's corny. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I learned it at a young age because I grew up in that facility, and I used to see how people would treat them.
I feel like now that you
saw
say
how I was
that,
treated, and I'm just like, shit.
I feel like now that you say that, I feel like my cousin had mentioned something about me being lighter than a lot of the people in my family, but I did not know what he was talking about or what that like
meant.
Yeah, like it was just some real comment. But then when I had some of my younger cousins around me, and they're mixed with German, so some of them, not all of them, like some of them look white passing. So he's so cute. My redhead, he was like, oh my god, so was the lady called me black, and I was like, I said what? He's like, yeah, she called me black, and I'm like,
what's wrong with you?
Nigga, you are.
You's a black.
I'm so confused.
Bring it to you, but you're black.
Welcome to the Twilight Zone.
Because now I'm questioning my head, like, damn, like,
Did we not teach
is he
him?
no? Is he black? Is he?
Why am I slow right now? Is it
Now I'm questioning myself, like, damn, like, is he black?
Right.
Did I just ruin it?
Right.
Because he's what you would call like white passing. Like, he has red hair. He has fairly pale skin. I feel like they don't bring them kids outside on purpose too. Because some of them, the minute they go outside, like I'm shot my baby Elena, as soon as she go outside, she turn real brown.
Like melanin activated.
Yeah, but but then that brings up the question too, like, is there a thing of paying homage to their white culture, or European culture rather?
I feel like you should respect all sides of where you come
Absolutely.
from. Especially like if you're like immediately from another culture. Like if your father is white and your mother's black, like I feel like you should really, you know what I'm saying, because like I got Scottish in my family, but that's like 4 generations back.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like I don't even see it until I go to a family reunion on my mother's side of the family where like they're like white people walking through the door. I be like,
you're like, who
the fuck y'all?
You
like,
kinfolk?
Like that's right. You know what I'm saying? They be like, that's your third cousin. I'm like, oh, okay. You know what I'm saying? But like I feel like it's important to embrace all sides of where you come from.
Absolutely.
And in doing so, don't like dismiss
the other
side.
side? I think that's what they do. I think when people like from like Hispanic countries, what I see, like if they from Dominican Republic and they be as black as me, they be like, oh no, I'm white.
No.
That's because they giving credit to
and
they be like, oh yeah, my grand. Most of those people that say that got the darkest grandma.
Right,
you know what I'm saying? Like, no, your fucking ancestors came from Africa too. You just was a different stop on the motherfucking
Right.
boat.
They don't even I'm not black. Yes, you are.
Yes.
And I'm Haitian. So when the Dominicans say that, I'll be like, you darker than me, sis. We from the same island.
Right.
Break this down to me.
We sure are.
How you not black and I'm black and we came from the same island.
You know
We
what I'm
probably
saying?
came from the same boat. Break it down.
Right.
Your colonizers was just from another country. That's all.
I'll be baffled. I'm like, things come out people's mouth. Like, you
That's
can't
ridiculous.
think about
That's why I think, like, if you're raising a child that's mixed.
Sorry.
Oh, we got a phone call.
Yeah, because they talking hot on my shit, so I'm like, all right, y'all just call in.
Yo, I haven't heard that phone ringing.
What's going on?
Y'all, what's your name and where you calling from, caller?
It's Mish.
Misha, baby.
What's up, Nisha?
Y'all talk about the mixed people and the light-skinned people and the dark-skinned people. Y'all know how to pull up because you know the family blunt up to blood clot, too.
Yes.
So, do you feel like people that are white passing can be an ally, or do you feel like they just use their privilege and run with it?
It depends, cause even my older sister, she live in England. My first niece, her father's white. You feel me? And she's light skinned, blonde hair, but her hair's black. Like she got our hair. She's nappy as hell, walking around tall and thick as hell. And it's like, what we gonna do? We gonna tell the girl she not black?
Right.
No, I ain't telling her she not black. She blacker than me. Look at them damn hips. Look at all that ass.
Right. It comes out different ways too.
So, like, I mean, it's a really thin line. And, like, growing up, my grandma, like, she was racist to my grandpa, and she was darker than me. Joan, you see me and shit.
Yeah.
You feel me? So, it's like, grandma, like, what you coming at my dad for? This nigga made beautiful kids. You feel me? He loving my mom's, right? Y'all knew him from, like, way back when, even before they started dealing with each other, and now y'all get married. Y'all want to be racist. And it's like, yo.
Because
like,
you good enough to hang around, but you're not good enough to marry.
That shit always come out.
Yep.
Mad funny. And it's like my grandpa's side is the side that has the mulatto in them. My grandpa got the Norwegian in him. My dad is black, and my grandpa wasn't even pushing the racism. So it was like, what's up with you, Grands? Like, you feel me? But, like, towards her deathbed and shit, you know, she started, like, you know, coming into her ways, you know, started changing and stuff. And I'm glad she got to, you know, just be peaceful with him as she could as she got older, because my dad's a really great guy, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And he cute as fuck, like, stop playing with my dad.
What's the respect on that?
So while we have you
Right, and he...
So while we have you on the phone, let me actually ask you a question, because we're going to segue into our next topic. Can you actually be pro-black and be in an interracial relationship?
Yeah.
Girl, I'm scared, okay? Like, they scare me. I be feeling like, you know, like I be walking down the street. I was in Forest Park Zone with my sister and my god sister and my mom, and we passing by these two tall-ass white boys passed through. They, like, 6'3", freaking bald heads, clear-ass eyes. My sister like, yo, let's walk up before they hang us. I'm like, bro, you need to run, my nigga. It's
What? Wait, hold on.
Please, I don't care if I'm mixed race. Like, I don't care if you looking at me like you attracted to me. I don't care if you looking at me like you scared. All I see is you looking at me like you picking slaves off the market, like it's people. And I'm not with the kids. Like, I got post-slavery syndrome, and it's like, yo, like, how I get out of it? Like, you know, white boys be cute and shit, and it's like, you know, when I think about, like, relationship, and it's like, yo, like, you ain't finna master me, boy. Right now.
No.
Yo,
she took it somewhere
You
else.
ain't finna whip and change shit. You better, I'm whipping shit up in here, bitch.
I love it. So, like, leave us your information.
No doubt, you guys can find me on Instagram at 2Musho. So, me, y'all can find me on Facebook at Mishmack, 2 T's.
Yeah.
So me, and you know, I'm listening whenever, you know, y'all doing stuff, because y'all always talking about some real stuff that I could apply my life to. So
Yes. Thank you, love.
No problem. You guys have a good one.
Yes.
Love you, babe.
Yeah, so that question was pretty much, do you guys feel like you can be pro-black and be an interracial?
She made a point, though, because that's not for nothing why I've never dated a white dude. Because there has not been one...
You scared?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
And it's not even scared like shook. It's like, yo, like...
Let me tell you, all right, so let me tell you.
I'm scared.
Like,
You ready?
So, yeah, so my whole thing is I feel like it's gonna come out. That's the thing. You know what I'm saying? I feel like at some point
you gonna go to one of them dinners?
Come out.
Yeah.
Especially with being a woman and dealing with a dude that's white. I feel like that shit gonna come out, because I've never ever seen a situation where somebody's been in this a relationship with a white guy, except my homegirl, but we gonna talk about that. So, and they did not show some type of racism in some way, form, or fashion.
Right.
Even if it's like, especially if they ex-military, bro, niggas always end up beating shorty. Niggas always end up, you know, fuck out of here, nigga. Fuck out of here, da da da. Yeah. Or you don't hold them down when your family's pushing that racist shit.
Yeah.
That's the shit.
Or strangers, shit, honestly.
Yeah, like I don't know, bro.
I personally
can't do that.
don't think you can be pro-black. And I think you can be an ally. I think you could be, you know, push the black cause, but I wouldn't call you pro-black. To me, pro-black means...
What's the difference then?
So to me, pro-black means you're black everything. You can't push a product that you don't even use.
I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that.
I feel like you cannot push a product that you don't use. Because how can you be pro-black, but you don't find a woman... a black woman good enough for you to marry?
I don't think sometimes
who he like and what he like what he got to do, who he's attracted to.
Because if I call myself pro-black, all I see is black, not for nothing.
All right, no.
Black-owned
I can be
businesses,
pro-black and still be in a relationship with another race. Like, why?
I don't believe so, and I stand firmly against that.
You know what's crazy, though?
I really don't think so.
You know what's crazy? Because a lot of the people that we consider black leaders have
some of that white wives.
Yes.
Yep, I was
white
about to say
wives
that.
or light-skinned wives.
Yes.
So it's like... to me, I just have a question. Not saying that you can't love who you love.
Yeah,
but
I'm
it's
not
like,
saying that.
and everything that you've seen, everything that you experienced, and all of the black people that you've been around, you didn't find any connection with any of them.
That's my
like.
thing.
It wasn't until someone, because not for nothing. Listen, maybe it's just these movies and the way they play the movies or the way they tell the stories. But it's like it's always the girl who's doesn't have anything to do with anything. They're quiet. They're kind of shy. They're to the, to themselves, whatever. Then it's like, yo, who that? Like, who that? As opposed to the black woman who's right by your side, like, yo, we watching.
Yep.
Yo, we out here.
Exactly.
Yo, hang me, nigga. You get ready to
like,
sacrifice their life and die.
How can you
so
put
I
yourself
think that's kind of what you're
pro-black,
saying.
look over that, exactly what you just said, and get yourself someone that's not even really for the cause? Because not for nothing, me personally, I've yet to see a white or Hispanic, Latino, any type of other woman really at the front line.
How many of them do you know?
Our black situation.
How many of them do you know?
I know them. I've never seen them.
I've personally been in meetings.
Personally, like, I don't know.
I've personally been in meetings with political meetings, and I've seen white people there. With that whole thing, I feel like I get what you're saying. Absolutely. And I think I used to feel strongly about that at one time, like that. But right now, I feel like you could still be pro-black, because pro-black is a cause, is you loving the melanin, loving yourself. You may just connect with this white person. That it may have just been a genuine connection. Who knows?
It don't add up to me.
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying.
I'm not even gonna hold you. Like I said, I've been in political meetings with white people. Sometimes you'll sit with a white person and you be like, damn, you fully white?
Yeah.
You may connect with them more than a sister, because maybe where you at, maybe where you picking them up.
Yeah.
You might go to a club and you know those type of girls, all that.
Yeah.
You understand? You might connect with her. She may be into the black cause herself. I've seen that. So
I think another thing is, because I do, and the way that I broke it down, I understand why you say that. But I feel like sometimes you get so caught up in doing the right thing and doing these things and being for the cause that sometimes you do just want to go somewhere that has nothing to do with that, and that be your release and that be your home base. Because I know I feel like that in terms
outside of your culture, outside of what you're standing for.
But here's the thing, because I feel like that in doing media and doing entertainment and shit like that. The person who I want to be with, I don't want them to be in the life, because I want to be able to talk to you about my shit, let it go and let it be there, and then when I come to you, we doing what we doing. Not every second of every day it's like, damn these niggers, damn these now, or damn these white people, or damn these, like, I don't want it to be that all the time, like in terms of like media entertainment. So I kind of see both
I
angles
get what
of
you're
it.
saying, but see, now what I would say is that you can't even say end of life, because that's your life. You're born black. You weren't born an entertainer. You know what I'm saying? You're born black.
Yeah, but you're talking about like being pro-black.
Some people
pro-black.
That's what I'm trying to say.
People
black
define
being
pro-black differently.
I get what you're saying, then.
Some people define
what
it
I'm coming from is the pro-blackness.
Being pro-black is a movement.
Yeah, that's a whole movement.
That means it's like a Jehovah's Witness. Like you gonna knock on doors.
But to me, that's the thing. To me, that's the lifestyle and that's the life you truly chose. So it doesn't make sense to me that you're gonna call yourself being pro-black. You're a part of this life. That's your lifestyle.
I don't think that's mutually exclusive, though. I do not agree with that at all.
I think you could be black and do what you want, but if you're gonna call yourself pro-black,
so no.
Some people think pro-black is producing black babies, so that's why something like that.
I feel like you should want a black family. You're about producing and continuously the black legacy.
No matter who you marry, no matter who you have kids with, your kids are gonna be black.
No matter what.
To whom though? Because this is the conversation. This is literally the conversation we just had. You got mixed kids that don't even want to accept their black side.
And that's the black parents' fault for not teaching that.
But that's my point, and not all of them want to teach them. Some of them want
them
to
But here's the thing too. There are some people who do say, I want to, it's two sides of it. There's some people who say, I don't want to dilute my black blood.
Exactly.
So I want to produce fully African baby.
And that
Mr. Barack Obama said that.
That to me is
If
pro-black.
we continue mixing, then there will be a dilution.
Mr. Barack
of
Obama
African
said that in
everybody's
an
gonna be looking like
interview. The
Tyra
reason
Banks
why
out
he
here.
went,
There's some
why
people
he
who
took
really feel
the
like
show, because he wanted someone with more. He said it. I want someone with a purer, stronger genes than I did. He didn't say black, but he said someone with stronger genes. You know what he? To procreate. That's why some people say pro-blackness means getting with a black person, procreate. I'm not against that.
That's what I think. That's the meaning to me.
As long as you are for the furtherment of us.
That's what I consider.
But that's the problem. Some people feel like if it's the furtherment of the black culture,
you can't
are diluting.
Exactly.
Yes.
That's how I feel.
But what if that
how
person
I
is mixed
feel.
though? Who
That's
just said
how
that
I
everybody
feel.
in this room is
But
100% black? Not
I don't think
that's
anybody in this
pro-black.
room is 100%
There's nobody
black.
100% black. But that's the point,
But the
though.
point
You can be
right.
pro-black and not be 100% black.
Yeah,
I'm sure
but that's
I'm mixed
the
with white
point,
because
though.
I'm
But the
light
point,
and I'm pro-black.
the
What does
point
that have
of
to do with?
that, the point of
But
that
the point
ideology
is diluting
Right,
the African
diluting the
blood
black-
with
yeah,
European DNA.
But
and
pro-black
shit.
isn't just the DNA. It's furthering the advancement of our having equal rights as other races. Y'all.
But if the black race is no longer a race,
then
yeah,
the black will always be a
But you
race as
gotta-
long
you
as it's
gotta
black
understand the
DNA in
point.
the world. If it's black, if it's African
whether you
DNA,
agree or not.
if it's African DNA in the world, there will always be a black race, no matter what, no matter how diluted it is. It could be two white people.
As long as the
1%
blood
white,
old
he's
type
black. That's
exists.
it. Everybody at the end of the day, everybody knows. Everybody at the end of the day is from Africa. So you can't say that.
No, everybody don't know that, and this is the issue that we were just now
we're
talking
telling people
about.
everybody's from Africa. There is historical facts proving that. We have a caller. Caller, what's popping?
Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Girl, it's me. I'm back. Y'all got me.
She said, I gotta call him back.
I got me fucked up. I'm going back.
Hold on.
All right, so what's your input real quick?
All right, so I just got a question, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, all right, because even if you do have mixed kids, you still gonna have that issue where they're two. It's me.
Okay.
You talking to us?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, we're listening
we
to you.
can't
Say
hear you.
even if you have mixed kids.
Yeah, like you have mixed kids, and then it's like they're too white for the black kids and too black for the white. So they don't fit in nowhere regardless, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, we over here arguing who's black enough and who's not. And, we got the white people telling us how much of our blood in them makes them black enough. And it's like, boy, you came out of a black mom or you had a black parent. It's clipped. What you talking about?
So
you
what
hear
do you
hear me now?
Yeah, so do you feel like though then that you could be pro-black and be in an interracial
Listen,
relationship?
like my mom looks super mulatto, like she's super light skinned. But like if you come to my mom and tell her she's not black, you gonna see it come out of her, and you gonna wish you never told her she wasn't black. You know what I'm saying? She takes pride in it. You feel me? I be telling her like, Grandpa says what partner we are. She be like, okay, and that's Grandpa's business. My grandpa.
There's
like, my
not
father
everybody
was
feel
grandpa's
like
black.
that though.
But right, exactly. But
We
even
can't worry
to
about how
what,
everybody else
but
feels.
even
We can control. We can only control who want to listen. That's it.
But even to what she's saying though, she's talking about someone that's already claiming to be black. So I'm pretty sure who she's gonna be with is black. No.
Oh, my father is dark skinned.
All right, so that's my point. She went the extreme of wanting to be with someone black to continue to create that pro-blackness.
Yeah, my mom don't like light skinned people. She'll say
A lot of light-skinned people don't like light-skinned people for some reason.
But here's the thing with the mixed child, though.
Yeah.
Here's the thing with the mixed child, especially if they can go either way. They're faced with the choice, like Mish was trying to get to, where they can pick to identify with the white, their white side, or they can identify with their black side. Some people do both sometimes, but it's not always the case.
We're gonna take the next caller real quick, Mish.
No problem. Go ahead, girl. I'm still be watching. I'm here.
All right.
So Zoe Kravitz.
What's up, caller? What's your name? Where you calling from, real quick?
What's up? My name is Bam. Calling from Harlem.
What's poppin'?
It's good.
What's happening?
All right. So the question is, can you be pro-black and be in an interracial relationship?
I know what he gonna say. He from Harlem.
I stand 50-50 on it. Although I understand you could fall in love with whoever you fall in love with, that's cool. But I don't see anything wrong with wanting to maintain your blackness
I know you
and
gonna
to
say
pass
that.
that on to your children and your grandchildren and to keep that going. there's plenty of other races and nationalities that do the exact same thing and have done the exact same thing for centuries and years to maintain their culture.
Exactly.
This shit.
We're the only ones that
They kicked out your family. And
Question
We're the
though.
only
Question
ones that
though.
are always
Uptown.
like, oh,
Question
no.
though. If you feel like having a kid with somebody who's not black, do you think that somebody who's not fully black is less black than you are?
No.
I feel like that's a hypocritical statement. Then, if you saying you don't want to dilute the blood, then is it really diluted if we all black?
Now, if you are black,
No, but
if you
we-
are already
everybody
black, I'm not going to actively
already-
search
You
for
can't
someone that's
dilute the
non-black.
genes. You can't dilute the genes.
Can I answer your question with another question?
Go ahead.
Do you consider Janae Aiko fully black or fully Asian?
No, fully nothing. She black and she Asian. That's it. There's no fully nothing. I don't all that semantic shit is whack to me, and that's what I think the problem is. You feel me? She's not
I don't
fully
think it
nothing. She's
I
black
don't think it
and she's
comes down to
Asian.
semantics.
That's not mutually exclusive. Those things because she's not fully anything. Nobody.
Right,
It's
but
a-
She's
it's
fully
not-
human. That's
that
it.
are.
No, I'm not with that human race shit. I'm not. I'm really just not with that
she's
human
like,
race
that's
shit.
that.
But she's not one or the other.
Maintain that.
But
here's
it's about
the
what
thing.
she's passing
But
out.
We can't have a
Here's the thing,
conversation about
because-
saying light skinned people are black and then be like we diluting by having sex with white people.
No, but that's
backwards.
an argument, and at the end of the day, being devil's advocate, we got to make sure everybody's opinion and their thoughts are put on the table. We have to talk about it.
That's fine.
But
There
I
are
think-
some
I think-
people
I
who
think
feel like
Obama
there will
knows
no
that.
longer be dark-skinned people. There will no longer be 4C hair people. There will no longer be one type of black person, the original black person,
Yep.
and that is their problem.
And that to me is
that's
what
the problem.
their
pro-black
problem.
For me.
I get it.
If there's no longer gonna be a black race, it's going to be a mixed race, a white race, an Asian race. That's what they're saying.
But that's not
and y'all
true,
gotta
though.
respect that
No,
shit.
well,
That
now
can
that's
have. Well, hold on,
y'all
hold
gotta
on.
respect
Hold on,
There
that
are
shit.
people.
Scientists-
There are a group of people.
scientists-
There are a group of peoples that have been extinct. Let's not be
Exactly.
mistaken about that.
And they have been scientists
There's
that said that
tons
in a
of
couple
people that are
years,
not here.
the way things
Phenotypes
are going,
and all. So let's
very
be
well, everyone
clear
could be
about
looking like
that.
Tyra Banks, is what they said before. Everybody's gonna be walking around here with the hazel eyes and the caramel skin or whatever the case is, and like the 4'8"
That's
hair and shit
true.
like that. That's what
Even
they
white
said
people
because they've already
recognize
been
that.
whitewashing us.
Even white people recognize that there's going to come a time when there's no longer
Damn
different
right.
races.
They
Everyone's
sure
going to look
did.
the same, or it's going to be
And that's
biracial,
the
everything.
whole point of the matter. Like the whole Asians, Indians, they have a system in place. They have their own Chinatown. They have their own this. We don't have things for ourselves.
Exactly.
So
We're
it's
always
like
so quick to
why
let
people get
include
so
everybody
upset with
else.
that is because we're always inclusive of everyone else.
It's our fault.
It's always we're always inclusive of everyone else, but we don't preserve certain things for ourselves.
Yes.
We're so
Exactly.
quick to
And
be like,
honestly,
all right, yeah, I'll
that
share this,
started
I'll do that,
centuries
I'll do
ago.
that.
I think that's
When
kind of true
Africans
because some
decided to share their
cultures.
gold and decided to share their silks with the Europeans.
I told you he's from Harlem. I said it.
That's my man.
All right. Well, thank you for calling.
That's
Leave us your
uptown. That's the
Instagram and your
Mecca.
information.
I get what y'all saying though, because I do feel like we're all one people at the end of the day. I
That's
feel like
not what I'm saying at all.
Oh well, I don't know what you're saying.
I
This
get
is
what
how
you're
I
saying.
feel.
I get what
I
you're
feel like on a regular plight, you can mix with whoever you want to mix with. You do that. But I feel like if you're gonna call yourself being pro-black, there's a different type of plight, and I feel like those are the people that are checking for trying to continue the black legacy, continue, that full black blood. Like, as a black person, I'm not telling you, like, yeah, you shouldn't be interracial or whatever the case is. Do what you want. But if you're gonna call yourself being pro-black, to me, that's you're fully about the black cause.
I just don't agree with that.
That's how I feel. I don't think
fine.
you can call yourself being.
That's fine.
I mean, well, we gonna disagree to disagree.
So wait, I have a question. How would you
I don't agree.
feel? How would you feel if a black man says he wants to, let's say, create, whatever he want to have sex with a white, he want to procreate. Thank you. He want to procreate with a white woman so he could create, like, dilute their degrees of whiteness and add blackness to that, have mixed babies.
All that
I think guys do that all the time. You watch black
And,
TV.
and they're still pro-black. That's what I'm saying. Like, he's not doing it to dilute. He want to.
Black.
It's like add like.
Here's the
I've never
thing.
heard
Here's the
seen
thing.
one of them that was pro-black.
Genes are the richer genes, and from you call me a
Science.
conspiracy theorist if you want, but the white people are dying out. So
that's not
they've
conspiracy.
already. It's just a fact, right?
It's a science.
So they're actually dying out, and what they've been doing is trying to procreate with us in order to keep their genes going.
But if we have the dominant gene, then
we do have the dominant gene.
So,
but why we let them die out? Like, and it's no.
But
if you call yourself being pro-black,
just to go back to what I said.
And it's no shade. Let me finish real quick. It is no shade. But if you call yourself being pro-black, that's not your problem. That's not your problem. They're going to do what they do, and we're going to do what we're doing.
You from Harlem, too?
No, I'm from Brooklyn. And we're going to do what we do.
You know they got the knowledge.
And we're going to keep the black blood going, and that's just what it is.
But if everybody's black, then the black blood is already going. If I just said that if everybody has African descent and everybody's black, then what are you really saying?
I think she's talking about the actual gene.
But if everybody has that African gene,
I'm not talking about the gene.
But
I'm not talking about. I'm talking about
if everybody has the African gene of being
look.
from Africa.
I'm talking about the way people look.
That's what I'm saying.
Granted, in Africa, there are people that are born blonde hair. There are people born with red hair. There are people born with blue eyes. Like I have a friend who, in high school, he's one of like the darkest people I've ever seen.
Devoid of melanin.
And he has really blue eyes, one of the bluest eyes I've ever seen.
Right.
And then we already have start with a T. Is it the Tanzanian?
Nah, it's not that.
What
it's
something. But yeah, so I feel like the African roots are so rich within itself, and we already have a bunch of different type of people. You know what I'm saying? So I don't. My whole thing, I don't necessarily agree, but I do understand the argument.
You understand, right?
I absolutely understand the argument.
I'm not like
because there's a certain skin color that we have that people have been trying to get rid of.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying? Exactly. So it's like if we have a situation where
been trying to get rid of or get back to.
Look at Diana Ross's family, right? Mm-hmm. You have one of the daughters. The son is the most lightest one to me out of all of them.
Yeah.
And he's married to Ashley Simpson, and they both kind of similar in complexion. Their kids look white. White.
Yep.
So it's like, you know what I'm saying? As opposed to another one of the daughters who has the 4C hair. Not even the same hair as Tracy. She has a 4C hair, and she has a darker, she's one of the, on the darker scale of the family. Yeah. And her son is black, and he wears his afro every day, all day. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's two different spectrums of it.
Right.
So it's like, it's the same family, and I'm all for mixing and blending. My family has all types of people, you know what I'm saying? But there are some people who feel like we don't have a situation where everyone looks the same in the family. Everyone looks the same in the neighborhood. Everyone looks the same. Like how Chinese people can say that, how Asian people can, how Indian people can say that, other people can say that. We are almost the only ones who our family from the dawn of time have been broken down and inclusive. I understand the argument.
I feel like once you call yourself pro-black, that's the route you're thinking. Like, to me, that's the route that you're going. You want to continue.
I understand the scientific point.
I just feel like I feel like, why do we always have to be the ones to take into consideration or be like, all right, whatever. Like,
because we the people.
Yeah, I don't know. That's my whole thing.
We the people that they prophesize about. We have to endure all the burden of the entire world.
See, even to what you just said, and this is what, like, to me, when people talk pro-blackness, they talk like that. You know, they feel like we're the ones that they prophesize about. We're the ones that
ain't no feeling
are the beginning and the end. So it's like, why
there's no other race that fits into any other prophecies like us.
To me, it doesn't make sense to me to have to feel like it could be whitewashed. Like, that's just my opinion on it. Again, I'm not saying nothing against any interracial couples or whatever the case is. Like,
I understand both sides.
Two black people can give birth to a white child.
Absolutely. Indeed. Exactly.
But you can't do that with a white person. Like, white people can't give birth to black people.
The thing is that I think it's more of a reason why I say gene, because even if they give birth to a white child, that child is, what do you call it, albino or whatever.
Albino. Yeah.
Whereas white people, they were.
Why you look around?
Look around like white people, they were devoid of the vitamin D that gave them the melanin.
Right.
That's a mutated gene.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
talk that shit.
Albino gene is a mutated gene, but it's different than what happens in the mountains.
Exactly.
So I understand the scientific point of view, but then again, I understand that love is love.
Like, it is what it is.
You dig?
But if there's not enough of us, then you only have a few options.
I'm just more so picky about the terms. Like, I just feel like, don't call yourself pro-black. That's just me personally. I feel like you can call yourself an ally, call yourself being a part of the cause, but I don't think you should walk around saying like, yeah, I'm pro-black, because in my opinion, you're not. If you're willing to whitewash your own genes. That's just me personally. But we're gonna move right along, and we're gonna get into your interview. We're gonna talk, because you've been giving us a lot of gems throughout this. So let them know what you got going on. Let them know who you are.
Oh, it's B.Elise, definitely in full effect from Queens, New York. Got my single out booming right now. Definitely check that out.
Yes,
on
I heard that.
Spotify, everything. Right now it's featured on the Artist to Watch mixtape hosted by DJ Drewski. And I'm just trying to push it a little bit more. Got the video coming out pretty soon.
So what inspired the song?
The song was like, everybody asked me that, but I didn't feel like I wasn't in like a party mood.
It was just like a jam.
No, I was actually in the struggle. So I was coming home from my part-time shift job in Manhattan, and I went to Young Stokes, who actually produced the record. And I was like, bro, I'm tired of this. I need to make a hit. Let's do it. And he was like, I'm working on some stuff. It's a little different. I'm a weirdo, so I was like, I love different. He put it on, and that's what came out. It just kind of flowed like that.
I like the song, actually.
I appreciate it.
So, all right. So with artists, I like to ask them like, what's your rollout plan? Because you say you want to hit, you want this to be a single, the one that pops and take you to the next level. What does your rollout look like?
My rollout. I'm still working on. See, the funny thing about Boomin' was recorded in 2014. It took me very long for me to put it out there because of personal reasons, stage fright, etc. You know that.
Okay.
So right now I'm still building my rollout plan, but the next step is to legit shoot a video. I have a couple of magazine features coming out, so hopefully that carries the momentum up until the summer, and then I have everything popping from there for the second half of the year. What's up? Hey. Yeah, but me and I'm part of Frontline. Exile, I don't know if you guys know him. He definitely got his freestyles that he be releasing. Definitely check that out.
Yeah, I know him.
Yeah, so me and him, we're working on my image right now. I'm still developing and into who B.Elise is as an artist. So that's
what do you want your image to be? What do you want to represent in music?
I want to represent being yourself, genuinely yourself. People like me, but I don't think I'm everybody's cup of tea. But even if I'm not, you still like me.
So who are you though? Who's B.Elise?
Or who do you want her to be?
I'm a singer, rapper, songwriter.
More than that though, that's a title.
Right.
Who are you?
What creates the music? What gets you going?
What's the story?
What wakes you up in the morning?
What wakes me up in the morning is doing my music. I think I want to impact the world in a positive way. I don't want to be like these other rappers that just be doing crazy stuff. I'm not like that personally. Like I said, I want people to be comfortable being who themselves, and I think I'm going through that journey myself, and in that I'm showing the world, and I guess people seeing that, they feel.
So what's the journey?
Yeah.
What specific?
We get deep on this show.
Cause you talking surface right now. We trying to go in.
We trying to get in my business.
We want to get in your soul.
What you mean? What's the journey?
What have you been through? You know what I'm saying? We talk to artists all the time, and we get the confessions. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We want to know about your lowest to your highest points. And
get it off your chest.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Because we all have a story, and that story was gonna get you to the next level.
Okay.
So what have you been through? You know
Right.
what I'm saying? Like what's something that you felt like almost stopped you or almost made you feel like, damn son, like I don't have nothing right now, or who am I?
Where you had to question who B.Elise was.
Yeah, I mean, my whole life is pretty crazy, but I've always been to myself. Like I always say, I'm an introvert. So getting over that, I was always like, I guess you call it a chameleon. Like in your face for 2 seconds, I could be whoever you need me to be, but then I'll revert back into myself, and I stay that way. And
is that exhausting a little bit though? Trying to be who everybody else wants you to be. Yeah.
I think when I was younger, like in my teenage years, I had more energy to do it. Now I have energy to do it, but it is exhausting now because it's like I really don't want you in my face right now, you know. But I'm growing into that. I'm doing shows. I'm learning how to be more outspoken, how to speak to people and stuff like that. That's something that I definitely learned within the last 6 years. And this is part of my journey, me just being in front of y'all and these two.
So all right, so here's to make it easier, because I feel like you may be struggling with the questions. So you see how Nipsey left such an impact, and people have things to say about him, and we kind of learn something new about him every day. So God forbid, but one day when you do pass, what are people gonna say about you, or what do you want them to say? Because if they say, oh, she was a songwriter, that means you didn't really have no influence or impact.
I don't think about what I want people to say about me. I want you to be real. You understand? In my head, it's going to be like 5 people in my funeral. Maybe 7. And that's not for me. I should have left a good enough impact for you to think of that. I don't think about what people think.
So you don't feel like you affect people in any type of way? You don't think about how you affect people or like any of your actions?
I try to just be true to myself and do what I know is right. I don't think about how I affect people, because I used to, but then you be like, you know, I was a real good person to this person and they might not have been as good, or people might not be as good in general. You get bitter, so I don't really think about that too much. I just do what I gotta do.
So you feel like what's like where, you know, what's the road that you're walking down where you feel like, you know what, I can't listen to this person, you know, I'd rather stick to myself, you know what I'm saying? Like what kind of maybe caused that to allow you to be such an introvert? Because I know for me, I'm very much an introvert, and a lot of it came from the fact that I felt like I just wasn't heard. So that's what caused me to create this show. You know what I'm saying? To where, like, you know, fuck it, I'm gonna have a voice now. Now no one can tell me what to say.
Yeah, all of that. And I'm still an introvert in many ways. There's some things I just don't talk about. But yeah, it was all of that. Like not being heard, feeling like my voice didn't matter, just getting fed up and like, you know, fuck it, let me not just say anything. Yeah.
Do you feel like you are able to express yourself more in your music, or is your music what is your voice of expression, or is it kind of like just whatever you think people want to hear?
I think sometimes I do what I think people want to hear, but it still be like, as I'm writing it, it be some shit that I'm like, fuck that shit, this is my fucking song, you know what I'm saying? What was the question?
Do you feel like your music speaks to you, like what you've been through, or is it just like, you know, you just pushing out what people want to hear?
My music is becoming more of that.
Okay.
I'm getting comfortable, and it was a process because I used to, like, when I used to write songs, I used to always write songs when I was younger,
right,
all the time. But I used to do it to like a melody in my head, and I heard instruments, people doing beats, they pressing on stuff, so I had to transition into that. So my whole transition was just to like try to do what everybody else was doing, and now I'm getting into the part where I'm being more personal in my songs.
Right.
I used to do poetry. I used to perform that before music, and that's where I think I was like real personal.
Yeah,
like, you heard what I felt. I was mad. You'd be like, damn, why she say that so hard?
Yeah.
What's the most like emotional line though in like your poetry or your music?
Or spoke truest to you?
Yeah.
I got a lot of those.
Can you
give us a few?
Like, we're here.
I can't even.
We're here for you.
I can't even remember. Like, it was something long ago I wrote in a poem, like, surge into your soul. Can I look at my notes?
Yeah, sure. We here, y'all. We here. Why she do that? Go through. Up
Dance
on,
break.
y'all. She
What is
here. Poetry by B.Elise.
Oh my God. I don't even.
I know. All right. So I know I wrote this poem, and when I used to write poetry, I first started sharing it with my brothers, my mom, or whatever. And at first it was just like, all right, this is nice. You did that. All right, cool. Then it became like, all right, another one. Okay, we heard you. Like, we get it. Like, we get it. So I started keeping this shit to myself. But then as I got older, I'm like, okay, I see people, especially shout out to Mojo Disco and Painting Poetry, and being in situations like that, like poetry slams and just, you know, cultural environments allowed me to know, like, yo, this is some shit that's not for you. This is something that came out of your brain or out of your mouth or through the pen or whatever case it be. It's for other people because you never know who you're going to impact. And you never know who you're going to touch. So recently at one of my shows, Culture Vibes, I recited a poem, and it was talking about, it was like a before and after piece talking about relationships. And it was like, before, you know, I was happy or I was this, I was that, and then after it's like now shit got real and I don't know what to do with myself, but then I also don't know how to leave and shit like that. And then when I tell you, like, people came to me after and was like, yo, I felt that shit
in my
you
toes.
you put into words something that I've been thinking and feeling, and I didn't know how to express myself, but you said that shit perfectly. And I had to really realize, like, yo, like, sometimes you need music like that for somebody to sit back. Because I caught myself saying to myself, like, damn, I didn't play The Weeknd's trilogy in a minute, son. What the fuck am I doing? Because I be mad emotional. I'm like, damn, how can I express myself? And The Weeknd got me. So House of Balloons got me through a lot of shit.
The Weeknd
got me through, got me through a lot of shit, bro. Yes.
Right.
But all right, so you found a
But I got something that I found random from 2015.
Go ahead.
So it's very short. I don't even think this was.
It's alright.
I'm at lost. Another pawn in someone's crooked ass thoughts. A piece of another evil scheme. Just too naive. I look past the evidence from the start. Here it is, my sincerity that's at fault. I come to you without motives, but you held yours in the dark. That's it. I didn't finish.
I like that though. That was good. Sometimes short and
turn
sweet.
Turn it into haiku. Hello.
Hello. Short, sweet, and powerful.
No, seriously.
That's what it is.
So, all right. That was about a relationship, or was that like a
somebody probably hurt my feelings. Yeah, somebody else.
Okay.
Somebody probably hurt my feelings.
Because I feel like sometimes we say things and some people may think we're talking about like an intimate relationship, but sometimes you may be talking about your mom or a friend.
I had a lot of those out there. Like, who you talking about? I'm like, you don't know what I'm talking about.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. She got a couple pages, couple notes dedicated to
so what was some of the kind of like the worst advice or something really negative somebody said to you that ended up having a positive turnaround though?
Man. Negative?
Yeah.
That's a good one, right?
You know, we do this or whatever.
Wow, negative that had a positive turnaround.
Got you in the studio like, oh, this bitch gonna learn today.
Right? You got me fucked up, man.
Dang, I really can't think of that.
Or maybe something that happened.
Maybe you say yours first. We gonna go around. Maybe you'll hit you.
Oh shit. A negative. I mean, I could just maybe it wasn't something that someone said, but again, it was more of a situation. Like, you know, as most people know, but with my situation in PA, I was at my lowest, my most depressed state. Like, I was seriously like suicidal depression, and I was listening to a podcast called Mentally Chill, in parentheses ill. So. And the young lady, she was I forgot her name, but she was like a very popular YouTuber. And it was an episode where they were talking about how she actually committed suicide. So that whole podcast, you know, it was talking about mental illness, and then eventually she ended up committing suicide or whatever. And, you know, I was back and forth doing radio, and I'm just like, damn, like, you know, one, life is so short. Two, it's like everything she was talking about I can relate to, but it's like I want to at least be able to tell my story how I want to tell it. So as things were just working out in a way for me to just have to move back to New York, from the time I touched down, I was like, yeah, let me start this podcast. I have to. I don't care what I'm talking about. I have to just start. I just want to just talk. Because that's how I felt. Eventually, I just felt like I just got to just talk. Like, I just have to talk. And that's just how eventually everything developed and things start to literally fall in its own place. But it was just that feeling under 50 rocks and feeling like I need to just get out and burst out and just talk. And eventually, like, that's what created this.
So I think I thought of one.
Okay.
People don't get to me. I try to I stay in my own world, don't listen to people. But I remember I was in junior high school and I was rapping, and then some kid, I remember who. I can tell you his first, last name. I can tell you where he work at. He's married. Congratulations. I remember him. You know what I'm saying? He was he looked at me. He was like, yo, be over there cheesing mad hard. And I was spitting rhymes. I was I heard that hurt me. I'm gonna lie. Because people used to be like, yeah, you got the bars. And he was the class clown. He was like, yo, she cheesing over there mad hard. Everybody looked and they started laughing. I was like,
yeah, because you was in your zone.
yeah, I'm gonna get you watch. I went home, I probably wrote mad rhymes.
Hey.
Came back.
Shout out to the newlywed.
Right? So what about you, Sarah?
All right, one of the things, I'm going to talk about something off topic. So, I feel like I said this before, though. I feel like I've said this before. I might say two just in case I did say this before. But it was this dude. It's junior high school, too. It was this dude who was just like, yo, your arms is mad brolic.
Oh, I used to get that.
Son, ain't no nigga gonna fuck with you. Nah.
Oh, he actually.
That nigga.
Next year.
Yes. Next year landed in my butt.
Yo, boy.
That nigga landed in my butt.
You went through puberty. He said, damn.
No nigga's ever gonna fuck with you. But you was the first one, though.
Yep.
Girl. You was the first one. You was the first one. Woo! Fuck out of here.
Get in there.
So, feel me? Mind you, I wasn't even on nobody. I really.
Goddamn business.
Just came out of nowhere and said that in Grateful.
Yeah, I'm like, what the fuck is you talking about? Because I didn't even notice my arms.
Right, and then you looked at
I'm understandable. I look like I suplex niggas all day, but still, relax.
Yo,
calm down.
Nah, you get that a lot. I used to say but you still wanna. You
definitely wanted to wrestle. Choke you though.
You wanted to wrestle. You wanted to wrestle.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
You wanted to suplex real quick.
That's a fact.
So what's one of your favorite songs that you came out with?
Bowman.
Is that that was your enlightenment moment? Shit, this is gonna be the hit right here.
No, people told me that. I didn't know. That's part of the reason why I didn't let nobody hear it. I didn't let nobody hear it for 2 years. And then the first person, they was like, "This you?" I say, "Yeah." And they was, and I let other people. They was like, "No, this is hot." I let nobody hear it. I didn't think it was anything.
So, what are some of your musical influences? I feel like it's gonna be a little random.
Yeah, it's gonna be random.
That's good.
My musical influences is all over. My favorite rapper is Tupac. I listen to a lot of Marvin Gaye. Lately, I've been listening to Anita. She's like, what you know about Anita? I'm like, I don't know why. I just been listening to her. Frank Sinatra, Nina Simone, Bessie Smith.
Oh, you listen to the little oldies.
Yeah,
I
listen to everything, everything. So, yeah, a lot of people.
So if you could work with one of them, who would you work with?
Somebody asked me that before, so I'm gonna switch it up this time. Who would I work with? I would work with mainstream or underground.
Mainstream.
Anything.
Yeah, mainstream.
Well, I already work with Nicki O. So
you could do underground indie.
Yeah.
Underground indie. Coney Brooks is dope.
Coney, if you listening,
Coney gonna hit the inbox with some shit. What's good, Coney?
On that remix of Coleman.
Yeah, he definitely dope.
But you can't really think of anybody mainstream that you would actually.
Okay, so
I'll be in my own world.
I was gonna say, like, what do you feel like your lane is, or
I don't know.
Are you still trying to figure it out?
Yeah, I came up with urban pop.
Okay.
But who knows? But that's what I tell people. I say when they want a box to put me in, put me in the urban pop box. If not, then I'm just a music artist.
Yeah.
Okay. So where do you see yourself in the next couple years? Where do you want to be?
Definitely on tour, doing shows. Probably in a couple of roles because I do act as well. Hit me up, y'all. You know, if y'all got a script.
I feel like you're gonna be one of those artists like Summer Walker is right now, where she's just very humble. She's just like, I'm not a celebrity. I just want to make music. Like, I just want to make music. Like, yeah, but she's super, super humble. She's just like, I want to make music. You feel like that's kind of where you're gonna be, like, just in order to kind of keep your introverted self, like, humility, let your music speak for itself.
Yeah, that's what I want to do. You know what I'm saying? Just let my music speak for itself, because I think my music is a little different. So that'll be the personality that they're looking for. It's in the music, it's in the song. And yeah, definitely just let it speak for itself. And
so what else you got coming up? What you got coming up?
Exile has a movie coming out. I'm gonna have a little scene in it real quick. That should be coming out soon. My music video should be coming out maybe in 2 months about my project, end of the year. That's all I'm working with right
What's
now.
the project called?
To be announced. TBA.
All right, so we trying to get your music played, but we need that to be sent to DJ Thematic immediately.
Yeah.
If you haven't already, we gonna play you in a little second, but real quick, say your IG and anything else that you want to shout out real quick.
Follow me everywhere at
itsb.B.Elise. I should have some more followers by the end of the night. I'm on Twitter, Facebook, IG.
Where's your music? Everything.
Where's your music?
Everything.
Spotify,
It's on
Tidal,
everything.
Apple,
Spotify, Tidal, Apple.
Napster. Go here.
And what you
Booming.
gonna go here?
Definitely check out Booming. Tell me what you
check
think.
out Booming.
Give me
Tell me
honest
what you
feedback.
think.
If it's swag,
Give me
I can
honest
take it.
feedback. If it's swag,
But it's not
Thank you for coming on.
Yes.
Thank you for having me. Yes. Guys, make sure you guys are following us at Lipz with a Z underscore podcast. Every week.
We always got the topics. Guys, make sure you link us too. Let us know what y'all want to talk about, whatever the case is. You know what I mean? So y'all just be jumping in conversations or whatever. But like, let us know what y'all want to talk about. Follow me, Urban underscore classic.
And follow me, Silver King Sylvie Cat, NGSLBY, because I'm that bitch, I'm the plug. And we have the Day Summit Festival coming up next week. It's exciting, April 22nd. 2 May 1st. You have your panels, your brunches, your parties, your concerts, and everything in between. It's going to be amazing. I have a show every night, or a panel, or a sound or it's going to be fun.
And we're gonna start doing some live shows. Guys. So just follow along with us. We might be doing.
I'm not sure, guys. We'll get back to you guys.
I'm not sure.
But we might be doing some live shows out here in Brooklyn, so you guys can join in on the conversation. Also, don't forget Distinguished. We had last week, I believe. He has his hip hop tour here in New York, so don't forget to follow up with him and follow up with the tour. Barbershop. Bars and barbershops.
You feel me? It's going on until I think the
so
end of
August.
August.
I'm not great.
It started, but it's going into August.
I know it's one this
to be in,
weekend.
I know it's one this
From
weekend.
Fancy the Flare.
Yes.
From Fancy the Flare.
Yeah.
This is the second one, I believe.
This is the second one.
Yes.
So again, follow the page though, so you guys
follow the
can
page
find
though,
all
so you guys
the
can
stuff.
find all
Follow
the
us on
stuff.
Facebook. That way you can
Follow
tune
us
into
on
our
Facebook.
live
That
that
way
we
you
have
can tune
here.
into
Join the
our
watch
live that we have here.
party.
Join the watch party.
And all that good stuff.
And
Make sure you follow.
Make sure
Follow
you
the culture at
follow the culture.
Follow our engineer Rico at John underscore Rico HHO. Follow DJ Thematics at DJ Thematics
at DJ Thematics.
That's a THE Thematics with a list. Okay.
Thematics with a list. Okay.
And BYB.
And BYB.
Yes.
Underscore network.
Cause y'all be running down here. Where you recording? Where you recording? And then I give you the info. Y'all better.
And then I give you the info. Y'all better link them to stop playing.
Stop fucking playing.
Thank y'all.
Y'all ready?
Thank y'all. Good night.
Good night.
Oh, you got it.
And the bass stay booming. Carry on round to it. And the bass stay booming. Ho up, carry on round to it. And this club say leader. We don't worry about the hate you give us. That shade is a downgrade. Nowadays we be ballin' out our way.